Hey guys, Woody the Exceptional Gamer. This video is sponsored by Gamma Labs. They make an energy drink and it's inspired by my daughter, who is 15 years old and just starting the process of choosing her major. I've got some notes here so that I can do this right, but first off, a word about Gamma Labs. They make an energy drink. There'll be a link in the description. I'm going to talk more about them toward the tail end of this video and link another video. They're the best there is. They're healthier, more effective, and cheaper than their competition. So check them out. Check the link. Check the video at the end. I wish those guys success because I'm excited about what they got going on. But back on topic, choosing a college major. So first thing I want to start off with is who I am. I mention this because I hope that this video reaches an audience outside of people who are already subscribed to me. And I'm Woody. I'm 42. I've been married for almost 20 years now, just one wife, got 2 kids. I've had 4 careers, accountant, computer programmer / sysadmin, YouTuber, and now I own a Minecraft server, woodycraft.net. I'm multi-millionaire, just barely, some days yes, some days no, depending on my spending and earning, but I'm right around there. I have a hard time talking about money without sounding like an arrogant douchebag. So forgive me, but I'm trying to earn my place amongst the sea of voices that influence you as you choose your college major. So that's why I mentioned it. The normal people who give advice on choosing a college major are, in my opinion, not well qualified, right? Like, if there's any high school guidance counselors out there, you have my apologies, but people who came out of college with like an education degree and worked their way like into guidance counseling and they've had like one government job for 30 years and such. I just feel like they're not there, like I wish that a voice like mine was included amongst the sea of voices that influenced me when I chose my majors. Oh yeah, another piece of who I am. I have 2 undergrads, accounting and MIS, and I have a master's in engineering. So I went to college. What a major means. What a major really means is it's influential in helping you get your first job. Your college major will define in some ways what your first job is. And that's about it. And then your first job combined with your education is going to launch you into, what I think of as a pie into your career, right? So if you get a major in, like communication and your first job is that of a radio DJ, then your next job might be, on the back end of, behind the camera, if you call it that, or the job after that might be in advertising or maybe you'll, write copy or something like that. If you get a major in accounting, right? Your first job might be as an accountant. Then after that, you could be a controller or, a purchasing guy. And like, it could open up all kinds of doors that have to do with moving, buying, selling, etc. With your accounting degree. Accounting is really the language of business. That's what that is. And it opens all kinds of doors that a business degree would, as you'd expect. If your degree is in law, you might be a lawyer, but that's also the kind of degree that opens up being a politician. You say, some people get angry, politicians are all lawyers, etc. Actually, someone with a law degree is pretty well qualified to write laws. That's one of the jobs that a law degree opens for you. When you pick your major, you're not necessarily picking that super targeted job that sometimes they say you are, right? And some majors are more targeted than others, but a lot of computer programmers I worked with had engineering degrees, especially electrical engineering. For some reason, people who got electrical engineering degrees often wound up in programming. Engineering degrees kind of set you up for programming. That's a part of the deal. A lot of people, when they're choosing their major, the big question they have is they're often guided to choose their passion. And that was going to be one of the core tenets of this video, choosing your passion. I've got about 5 minutes left. It's tough because when I was 15, my passions involved surfing and watching television. And that was about it. Every office job seemed dreadful to me, like an absolute death sentence. The thing is, I wasn't good enough for anyone to pay me to be a professional surfer, and no one wants to pay you to watch TV at all. Some goofball might try to convince you there's a job out there watching TV, but just work with me. No, no. If you like laying on the couch and watching Netflix, you'll have to find something else. That's not something you can earn money at. You know, a lot of people like playing video games, right? God, I'm there right where with you. You know, I understand liking playing video games. So sometimes people who don't know, I was gonna curse, people who don't know a darn thing about video games or making them will say, oh, if you like playing Destiny, you should get a job writing the next Destiny. Bullshit. If you like computers, if you like figuring things out, if you like puzzles, if you like a detail-oriented kind of drilling to the bottom, if you're the sort of guy who thrives and just likes computers, then you might like playing Destiny, or making Destiny, I mean to say. If you're an artist, there's jobs, you know, in video games for you, that's for sure. But if you just like playing games, that doesn't mean that you're a natural at making games. If you're in the spot where I think a lot of people are, and this is where I was sort of hoping to reach, the things you like aren't marketable. Maybe you're a bad football player, a Netflix enthusiast, a video gamer, something like that, and you're trying to pick your major. You need to go to your backup and figure out what you don't hate, right? There's following your passion, but if your passion is pot and couch time, you need to follow your don't hate, you know? And if you're like, well, you know, I guess I kind of like computers, or I guess I kind of like this, or I kind of like that, then do that. You know, which subject do you suck the least at in school? You know, if you're college bound and if none of them have really jumped at you, if you're like, you know what, you know, I couldn't imagine really studying history. I couldn't imagine really getting into English, but math is the one that I tolerate the best. Cool. Now we've got something we can work with. Go towards engineering, go towards, you know, the physics, go towards the math-related majors, even if you're not thinking like, oh yeah, math just freaking lights my fire, that's what I want to do. Okay, I get it. Nothing that somebody would be willing to pay you for lights your fire. Find out what you hate the least and go into it. I had a passion for computers. Still do, actually. It got kind of reignited after a YouTube break. But back on topic, I had a passion for computers. And I loved it, loved it, loved it. Did it every day. And like my family, it was like part of my identity. Like my family calls me Matt. Matt loves going to work. And it's so great. And he does well. He's successful there. And I kind of admitted to my dad sheepishly, like, dude, I don't really love work anymore. Like it doesn't light my fire in the way it used to. And he's like, it took you 8 years to figure that out, or whatever it was. You know, you're doing great. If you were an attorney, 6 weeks in, you'd be saying that. And it clicked with me because as an accountant, 6 weeks in, I was thinking that. Accounting was my first major, my first career, and I wasn't wired for it. There are happy accountants out there. It's nice. It is a stable job. It's a job that's in demand. It's a job that allows you to just sort of be you without tons of people pecking at you and picking at you and judging you. You get to sit down and be an accountant and do your work and nobody flips with you. If you like that, consider accounting. But for me, it wasn't what lit my fire, and computers were. But over time, I think every job kind of wears on you. I think you talk to a guy who's been in the NBA for 14 years. You touch the 15-year-old version of him, and he wishes he could take a basketball to school all day long. He wishes he could dribble between classes. 14-year-old NBA or future NBA players are passionate about basketball. 15-year NBA vets are working for a living. You know, they like basketball, but it's not what it was before. That's the nature of work. I had a friend in test pilot school who at first loved it. He was flying around in helicopters and jets and prop-driven planes, and it was incredible. But after a while, when they wrapped work around it, it became like, you know, they want me to go create this specific kind of stall and then document it, and it was work. All jobs become work. Find one that you don't hate. If you do that, you're doing better than a lot of grown-ups. And if you can find one that you don't hate, where you make money, you're doing better than a whole lot of grown-ups. And that's my last thing. talking about making money. It's nice to make money. There's this concept, especially amongst young people, the money whore and the badness and the evil of money, and how you should only really need just enough. There's some truth to that. Once you get enough money, you've got enough. Right? When you have enough, you're not so stressed. When you have enough, you're I don't know, things just get a little smoother. It's not a constant week-to-week battle. You'll have fewer marital arguments when you're not living week to week on your paycheck. I would advise you to get there, right? Try to make 6 digits. Try to do your thing. Earn some money. Choose engineering if you like math. Choose a job that's marketable where you can earn a good buck, because your life will go smoother if you make money. It's a good place to be. So don't sacrifice your career, because you're actually sacrificing your family. You're sacrificing your marital bliss. There's a lot of stress that comes in with living week to week, and the romanticism of being a starving artist will wear out when you realize that that certain girls won't like you, girls that you otherwise would have been very happy with. There are lots of things that you can't have, and envy that will fill you. You'll have not lived up to your potential. So that's it. If you're sitting here thinking that no majors appeal to you, then I want you to just look at what you don't hate and see if there's any money in that. I feel like that's a message that you don't get from your guidance counselors quite enough. They're always trying to find out what ignites you. So that's a thing. Anyway, Gamma Labs, I want to talk about them real quick. First of all, thank you, Gamma Labs, for sponsoring this video. I hope you agree with the message. I'd be interested in seeing, maybe leave a comment if you catch it. But these guys make an energy drink. There's a link to their website. There's an annotation on the screen now for a video where I talked about how effective it was. I hate to mention their competitors, but if you like Red Bull or if you like Monster, then you should try Gamma, because it's cheaper, it's more effective, and it's better for you. So check them out, and I hope you guys enjoy the video.